here. This is the second quarterfinal. The winner of this match faces Moon tomorrow in the semis. It is Chaemiko, the rising star, the hope of the human, one of the hottest prospects of the Alliance in the past 1.5 years, up against a 19-year-old WGL debutant who kicked out Lawlion and 1-2-0 in the group stage. It's a little miracle.
Yeah, a wonderful tournament, a wonderful experience and achievement for 15 Sway. This is, I'm pretty sure, one of the best moments of his life so far. The young kid here looking absolutely tremendous in a group where everybody wrote him off. He made it through, along with Foggy. He has all the eyes of the scene on him right now. He has been impressive in so many different matches, and this must be a big boost for his confidence and hopefully also for his motivation in the future. He is going up now against Chaemiko, which might be his toughest opponent to date, and is certainly going to be a big challenge for him now.
Oh yeah, Chaemiko is top 6 of the ELO rank, has his all-time high to ELO rank, to ELO numbers. This is his second WGL playoffs in his 7th attempt. He was there in a group with Happy when Happy won WGL, so it's quite some time ago, summer of 19, so the first time top 8 in 2 years. Must feel great, but is it really a surprise? I don't think so. This is his 4th Tier 1 playoff since the Reforged era, and that's also his third could be his third Tier 3 semifinal in a row after next spring and the DreamHack Regionals.
Yeah, Chaemiko, he is living proof that hard pays off. He's been playing for so long. Back in Zotac Cup days, he was already playing when Ricky Bidu early on got to know him as an admin when he was still a no-name. It took him many years to improve his skill level to the top, but now he has finally reached his peak, his zenith, and he's one of the best players in the world. I am so impressed with Chaemiko. In the tournaments in the weeks leading up to WGL here, he was playing a lot also in TED Cup and so on, and he was looking so good. He was in fact able to win TED Cup 5 against 1-2-0 in the grand final, beating many strong players on the way there, like other players from this tournament, like Hawk and Colorful, and many others. And regardless of what matchup he's going to be facing here, he is going to be ready. And 15 Sway, he's capable of playing many different races. In fact, the last 3 encounters they had, he once played Night Elf, once played Human, once played Undead. So those 3 options are available. The one thing he doesn't really play is Orc, but the other 3 are absolutely possible.
How does he not try to get a taste of the sweet Farseer Headhunter, I wonder? Missing out there, if you ask me. But yeah, when Chaemiko was playing Zotac Cup, 15 Sway learned to read. As I said before, the first millennial Warcraft player in a gold league, 19 years old, born in 2002, the youngest playoff participant since 1-2-0. 10 days set them apart when it comes to their first playoff showing ever. They had their first match exactly 3 years ago in EWCL, which is the equivalent of the War 3 Info League in China, and there it was a 1-1, and that was the only time where 15 Sway didn't lose to Chaemiko. It was a draw in the end. Chaemiko was on a 6-0 streak, and also in the matchup versus Human, 15 Sway is not looking hot on this patch, 2-7, so all the odds are stacked against the young gun, but that was the case against Foggy, against Lawlight, against 1-2-0, and eventually he made it.
Sometimes there's surprises, Neo. You know, sometimes you can't just trust the expected results. Sometimes you can't just trust the numbers. Thinking back to the World Cup 1954, miracles are possible. But it seems like it's going to take a miracle here for 15 Sway to make this happen. Chaemiko is definitely going into this as the big favorite. And I'm not sure exactly what's happening on the other side.
67-year-old football reference? Really, Remo? The wonder of Bern, obviously. Yeah, 15 Sway needs a lot of shots like Helmut Rahn did back in the day. And I wonder if he can do it. Amazonia and Echo Isles band leaves us with AL, CH, LR, NI, and Tidehunters.
15 Sway banning Echo. It's kind of surprising. Normally a pretty good map for like a Warden or maybe a Keeper aggression. But we still haven't been told the race here. What is the race? Is it Night Elf? That is what we're all expecting. It could still be undead, although Night Elf nowadays with the new bears have gotten a lot better against human. And there's going to be a fun best of 5 series. Hopefully, we're going to see more maps here than we did in our first one of the day.
Let's effing go, Remo! It is Chaemiko versus 15 Sway. It's so cool to see these guys in the top 8, and it's so cool to see a player in his debut immediately running into the top 8. Can he make it further? For both of them, it would be their first WGL semi-final, and they would only be the 15th player ever to achieve that. 12 gold leagues, not so many people. It was oftentimes more of the same, the Limbs, the Moons, the Infies, of course the Foggies and the 1-2-0s there as well. And it is Night Elf, and it is the Warden.
Starting off on Northern Isles, kind of surprised to see this be our starting map. Normally this is always going to be a human favored map, and by that I mean favored by the humans. Like playing this quite a bit, as you can go for an instant expansion here and get level 2 right away with a big item, which is a great start into the game always. And yeah, the Warden pick on Northern Isles, not unheard of, not never seen before, but certainly rarer than it is on Echo Isles or used to be on Terranus.
Alright, can he play a better Warden than yesterday against 1-2-0 on Autumn Leaves? That didn't look too hot. I wonder if he takes a play off of Law Lights creeping, especially with maybe a shop on the bottom right hand side. But this is also not really the norm, right? It is a lot of Night Elves playing Keeper, 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 Keeper. And 15 Sway is not playing the norm. We saw that against 1-2-0 in the first match where he displayed Mass Air. So maybe not the biggest confidence in straight up head to head, but showing a big variety of strats in his play here at WGL.
Absolutely. We're going to start off with a big heal potion, which can be very nice for the Warden, especially if she wants to go for early skirmishes, early trades, and normally in the early game, we are used to seeing the Warden trying to kill off some militia. The AM did go for the green camp first into the natural. Gonna get 2 items, Ring and Ring of Regen. Alright, gonna put one on each hand. The Ring of Protection, not the greatest, but the Ring of Regen actually against the Warden is super good.
Okay then. Warden would love that as well. She's not too unhappy with the heal potion too. So how much damage can she actually do? Didn't decide for a skill point yet. Could still go for Fan immediately, but okay, it is Shadow Strike.
And that Ring of Regen is going to kick in right away. It feels good for Chaemiko having found that item. On Northern Isles, this fast expansion is standard, sometimes even faster. And because you go for this fast expo, the AM can sometimes have a tough time creeping to level 3, which can then lead from the Night side to double Agent of War Hunters all in. I wonder if that's a consideration here for 15 Sway. It seems like he didn't set up too many buildings here on tier 1, so that does not seem to be the idea. No, he's teching, he continues to creep with the shop over at the green, very nice. Oh, but Chaemiko saw this coming and he's staffing in. Experience points here crucial.
All the games against Lawlight where he was pummeled by a Warden, they pay off now, as this is of course the norm and this is exactly how you punish it. Prevent the Warden from a 3, trying to get it an eye off, maybe? Did work, right? Still on 2.2, and the shop is in a little bit of trouble.
Getting pressured here by the Archmage, the Warden can hunt down these footmen pretty well, even though she's not level 3 yet. But there's also a lot of space that's being created by Chaemiko. Even if he loses some footies here, that means his expansion across the map is completely safe. In the main base, there's nothing for him to worry about. He can get all the resources and start with his own tier tech here very soon. And 15 Sway is chasing hard for these kills, and in the end, it's almost in an eye, but she gets that. And yeah, level 3 is going to be crucial here for the Warden. Needs to get it ASAP.
Okay, reveal as well. Archer's in the world of trouble. 15 Sway, how heavy weights the pressure of being only 1 out of 2 players from China in this tournament remaining. Colorful, of course, their star player nowadays. If he could make it, it would be a big upset and a big exclamation mark, of course. But the start isn't too promising. Chaemiko feels like there's no pressure on him at all, or at least he doesn't show any signs of it.
Yeah, just looking clean so far. Tech has started. Infrastructure is coming up. Lumber mill, shop, towers, everything he needs. And then Tier 2 Rifle Caster is kind of what we expect. Tier 2 now going to finish for 15 sway. And having reached Tier 2 and not being level 3 yet, that is certainly not the best timing ever for the Warden. Of course, that comes down to the map. Not so easy to creep here to level 3 as it is on Echo Isles.
True that. Another deny, if I saw that correctly. Level 2.5 is not where you want to be. And Chaemiko on 2 bases, that is where you want to be. And they're so safe so far. Not too much pressure on the Warden, so Potion is still on her. Wonder how many different strats 15 Sway will present us in this matchup. He had 1 day a time to prepare for this, even though he had to play very, very late yesterday to secure this play. This play in the round of 8. Maybe not too much time, but rather today.
How nice has this Ring of Regen been, by the way?
Very nice.
Every second, a bit of extra healing. So damn good in the early game, especially. And later on, if he puts it on the MK or whatever the hero is, can also be pretty good. Last hit goes to the Warden here. Has to secure it though with the Shadow Strike. Again, more mana needed to inch closer to that level 3. I love the aggressive play here by Chaemiko. Yes, some footmen might be going down, but he knows they're not going to be fed away too easily to the Warden because she still doesn't have Shadow Strike 2. But she is going to have Dryad soon and Tier 3 as well. And with a couple of bears, this Knight of Army is going to become quite powerful on that Tier 3 tech.
Yeah, but will we even see them? I mean, there's double Rex rifles coming on 2 bases. Chaemiko will just rise. Oh, will he not? Rise to 70 supplies. A little low on lumber. Goes for the Shredder. Maybe he is going Tier 3. And the Warden gets the sweet bonus experience now of having only 1 hero on Tier 2.
That was a cool creep. The AM is running around, scouting, and the Footy, Watch Elemental, and Shredder creeps this camp solo. Going for the Zeppelin now to keep the unit safe in case the Warden comes in. Oh, big last hit here. Who's going to get it with the Shadow Strike? 15 Sway has the advantage in getting the last hit. Seems like he will be able to get the big Furball Polar, whatever it's called. But item goes to Chaemiko. And the Warden herself has to be careful. Certainly doesn't want to have to use the heal potion here yet. Okay. He gets the experience, but another ring for Chaemiko. It's going to be a tanky MK if we see one.
Oh, absolutely. And the Warden did receive some damage here, so that the archers... We got a Zeppelin now to save almost all of the footmen. First Dryad is in, so a little bit of crowd control. Tier 3 is done. Bear Adept training lining up pretty much perfectly. So in 25 seconds, we're gonna have the Master Bears.
And that is certainly going to be quite a strong army. Tier 3 rush by Chaemiko.
They canceled the second Drax.
Yeah, he's not interested in any kind of Tier 2 timing. Just going to Tier 3, going to go Tier 3 right away. And with that could go many different things. Could go Griffins, just mass Dragonhawks. We've seen that before. Could go tanks. Warden not the best hero at dealing with that. All right, Chaemiko taking his time.
Okay, and 15 Sway. I feel like this is like a little bit colorful-esque when Colorful tried to play the Warden. No damage on this expansion. You need it. It's very hard to make it work with level 3 only. Now level 4 is a little bit easier. But this expansion costs nothing, and it's an Alchemist second against the incoming Fan of Knives.
Yeah, very nice having the additional healing on the Alchemist. Kind of a throwback to Thorzane's play at DreamHack Anaheim, right? Alchemist into Blood Mage third is a really good combo. Lots of healing, which is very valuable against the Warden. AM is getting pressured here, getting threatened quite a bit, but he's tanky. He's got the heal spray, he's got a heal potion, which he's certainly going to need now. Good snipe by 15 Sway, taking out the Zeppelin, so this AM may have to TP out in the end. Oh my lordy, that was close. But that leaves the rest of the army there to be in trouble. And the AM, he's going to take down.
The ring oh my! The Ring of Regen couldn't really help when we got the potion in the inventory. But couldn't use it, and that's a big moment. The Alchemist is in jeopardy as well. There's no mana. Trying to go for Roar. Can he intercept that Zeppelin? There's a little bit of crowd control. Leaves the 2 footmen behind. Damage control by Chaemiko.
A huge kill there for 15 Sway. Valuable XP. The Warden now almost level 5. He had used the heal potion before, so that second heal potion was on cooldown, so he couldn't heal himself that way. Perhaps a bit of over-eagerness by Chaemiko. He didn't need to be that aggressive right there. He could have just crept up a bit more, waited for his tech, And the tech is coming. It is triple Griffin Aviary. So Dragonhawks and Griffins.
That means 15 Sway desperately needs another hero. Like, one can't do it alone anymore. Got level 5. That will be super annoying for Chaemiko in the past, but he has a Zeppelin already, can play against that. Is there enough XP on the map to creep a panda? I think so. Does he have enough time to creep a panda? Doubtful.
Warden did retrain, but yeah, the Zeppelin is parked at the expo, ready to deal with this. Start making Dragonhawks. Would have loved to see Griffins first to be able to deal with a lot of bears if they should be coming in. And indeed, here we have the bears. Suddenly, Warden level 5. 5 bears in here as well, and Chaemiko might be regretting going for this tier 3 rush.
Fan looks good. 1 kill, 2 kills, 3 kills, 4. Feeling like count here now. Alchemist is only level 1. He has a lot of HP, but no armor. So if the bears connect, they might be able to tear him apart. Same goes for the Warden, and of course the Orb of Venom in her hands. Everything's so hurt, but the heal scroll was excellent.
That was the first heal scroll of 2. He's going to have another one to use here. Anti-air is just hardly existing here for 15 Sway. It's really mostly the Warden with that Orb of Venom and a single Dryad to deal with these air units. Chaemiko has the AM back now, and it's going to come in for the defense. But to really deal with the bears, he needs some Griffins, I believe.
Zeppelin is finally gone. On the ground, it's really hard to make it work. 3-1 heroes, Dryads hurt. Fender knives against the Dragonhawks, and they pull back. Don't want to be attacked by that anymore. Bear gets intercepted on the right-hand side. Maybe... Oh, that Dragonhawk is just dead, is it not? One can't really blink out. Going for the next tower. Kill it!
And he gets to level 6!
No mana, though. GG!
That's GG!
Just like that! 15 Sway, the madman, makes a Warden work against human.
Yeah, didn't see that coming. That early game was really problematic, but he comes back into the game. Once you get Warden 5 and once you have bears, you are going to be strong. And Chaemiko taking a big risk. Going for the tier 3 rush rather than just going for the straight up tier 2 army with rifles, which would have been much safer. I wonder, if he doesn't lose the AM, is this still going to be an easy hold? I feel like it wouldn't be. I feel like he would still be in trouble, but of course the AM loss there was the big mistake.
If I'm honest with you, if he goes through with the double Rex rifles, he just wins this game.
99%, yeah. 99%. I mean, the Warden was stuck on level 2 and 3 for a long time. If he just goes for a big Deathball army, 70 supply rifles, the Warden would have a tough time. And he doesn't even have to stay on tier 2. He could have gone tier 3 behind it. Go like inner fire rifles at some point with the Blood Mage. Would have been a pretty safe transition, but
I think the
problem
to
go
was
mass air.
Really lumber. He was super short on lumber. Maybe the upgrades would have been too late, and he didn't want to give 15 Sway too much time to get to the bears. And because of that, made that tier 3 adjustment. But 15 Sway, how calm and collected the early game was not really his to take. But he knew he would be strong in the late game. He held on. It was a bloody game with a lot of exchanges. And then he accelerated from level 4 Warden to level 6. What was that? Like 2.5 minutes or something? Not much time. And Chaemiko at some point overwhelmed. Very dedicated push towards the expansion. That's the moment of the game right there, where the Archmage has the potion already, but not enough time to drink. And then there's damage done, and that's a catastrophe.
Yeah, this Dragonhawk and Griffin strategy, this mass air strategy, was first introduced on Terranistan, where it was played as an alternative because there it was always MK first. If you play MK first, your casters are always going to be weaker. But this was an Archmage. Your Priest would have been good, your Sorks would have been good. Sorcerer's Slow is pretty good against bears. Throw in a couple of rifles for some more damage. I have a tough time seeing how this strategy is ever better. I gotta be honest.
Yeah, you know, I'm a big fan of everything that flies, and with like triple production building, also big fan. You know me from the good old triple sanctum days, right? But even I failed to see the big upside of this strat. That was Chaemiko's second map loss in this entire tournament.
Yeah, and the first time a bit of sloppiness creeping in with that hero loss, of course, and perhaps the wrong strategy. But it's a long series. Chaemiko can certainly still bring it back. We saw in the early game how solid he can be and how he can work for an advantage into the mid game. However, sometimes that advantage slips away if a few mistakes are made. And Warden is one of the best heroes at punishing mistakes. If she spirals out of control, she's going to be an absolute menace. And Bear's also looking really good if they don't have a counter. You need to be ready for that timing. When there's 3, 4, 5 bears, you need to be ready for that and have something against it. Like at least 60 supply and a couple of Sorks and rifles. You can't just defend them with pure footies.
Well, you can, but then you fail, and that's exactly what happened here. 15 sway. Like, even I am kind of nervous about the outcome of this game now. How is he just keeping it together, man?
Dude, is he gonna keep upsetting here? Imagine if he beats Chaemiko and then he beats Moon to make it to the finals. That would be the craziest story ever. He is the underdog. It's a nice thing for him. The only pressure on him is the one he's putting on himself. All the fans out there are already overjoyed with his performance. They don't expect him here to get the win. They're not going to be upset if he loses. Unlike perhaps Chaemiko's fans. Yeah. So everything here is bonus for 15 Sway. And starting off with 1-0 into the series, wonderful.
It's kind of cool, by the way, that throughout the year in the Tier 2 tournaments, both players have their heights at the same time. Chaemiko made it into 2 grand finals. It was Yule Cup and Tet Cup. And those were the tournaments where 15 Sway was making it into playoffs as well. So they peak at the same time. Their cycles somehow overlap or something. I don't know how that works. But man, the guts of this guy. 3rd Tier 1 tournament ever for 15 Sway. Boom, quarterfinal. Boom, 1-0 lead. Hope he can keep it together. I hope he's not feeling the Icarus syndrome, getting too close to the sun. That's looking not too bad so far. But of course, it's up to Chaemiko to turn this around. It was his mistake. It was his decision. And he can change all of that. It's not like his early game looked bad at all. He has all the tools that he needs to turn this around.
Yeah. In fact, his early game looked tremendous. It's just the follow-up and the weird Tier 3 that was highly dubious. But I imagine it's going to be much more of a straightforward game. Like, in terms of builds, 15 Sway here gets away with a bit of a freebie. This Warden 1 base has a hard time working, mostly if the human plays standard, but here he goes for the build that's not reliable, but it does work out and he does get the win with it. On Northern Isles, by the way, which is normally a pretty tough map for Night Elf. So the starting position into this best of 5 looking really good now for 15 Sway, and the odds have been greatly evened out between the two players.
Exactly.
Maybe he really can do it.
Maybe we have to explain this a little bit. Northern Isles was the neutral map that was left after the 1v2 each and 2 picks each. So we go on to loser's choice, Chaemiko's choice. So he will probably have a little bit of an advantage. But if we go full distance, it is likely that the last map would be 15 Sways. That's a very, very good outcome for this 19-year-old. Unbelievable, man. We seem to have a little bit of a break. No, we don't! We move over. And Chaemiko's maps are Autumn Leaves and Tidehunters, the new maps, while Concealed and Last Refuge remain for 15 Sway. 1 out of 3 LP Club players here alongside Colorful and Focus, who will be in the next quarterfinal, and LP Civil War. Could be 2 LP players in the semis, man. That would be unheard of. It will certainly be 1. And one of their... No, it's 15 Sway. Just 2 maps away. The steps are rather large. Let's see if he can keep up the momentum. If he can stay focused. Or if it's the revenge of Chaemiko.
Miko seems to be quite fond and feel quite comfortable on these new maps. We're gonna go to Autumn Leaves now. Introduced on WGL Champions quite a while ago, now also part of the biggest tournaments in the world. Yesterday, by the way, WGL Champions new season began, so if you're feeling the itch, install the client for the new season. We have another new map. Pretty exciting, pretty exciting. And here now, we're gonna have the early game for the Night Elf with the Agent of War over to the natural. Hello. Normally it's at the green first, but here 15 Sway wants to creep the natural first and go for a fast expansion, it would seem.
Keeper this time. You can't play a Warden on this map with Engines of War at the shops to let her rise up to level 3, but maybe that game against 1-2-0 yesterday was a lesson that it's not that easy, as the rush distance is also very small and very fast, and then the Warden will be stopped in her tracks. So alright, Keeper it is, a little bit of a switcheroo again. Hero-wise, back to the norm. Creep-wise, off standard. I like that man, he throws curveballs left, right and center.
Yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool. Chaemiko, by the way, he could play this map pretty similarly to Northern Isles. You can also just run to the top left expansion, the bigger gold mine creep, and get level 2 there right away, and expand there right away. But I guess that might be a little problematic in case of Wisp detonates, so perhaps also just gonna go for his own natural creep. Indeed. Both players going for the gold mine right away, but that means that that's not quite gonna be good enough for the level 2 here for Chaemiko.
Well, with that Wisp, did he get that experience? No, he didn't. Detonate. Important. Don't want to give him the Brilliance Aura for free. With Militia, of course, it's easy to creep. With Engine of War, it's easy to creep. No issue there. Mantle for the Archmage is nice. Gauntlets also not too shabby, as he will receive a couple of firewall balls, will feel the burn. They scout each other, they know what's up, and now, how will they respond?
Nico running across the map, he wants to get one treant kill. One treant kill would be enough for that level 2. It's hard to prevent these kills because there's just so many treants out and they're pretty slow moving. And there it is. Gets the level 2, now has the aura to work with, and trying to cancel the expansion. No level 2 on the Keeper yet, but he's gonna get it from the Water Elemental. Now we have Entangle for him as well. Trying to take out a footy here, should work out. But yeah, that is certainly a cancel if I ever saw one.
And I think he can go for the Engine of War maybe as well. One footy down. He can use one more Entangle, I think. So we're going for the summons to grind up experience to get closer to that sweet level 3. Can Chaemiko deny? He absolutely can. Well done.
Once the Keeper has more mana, these footies are gonna have a tougher time. As the expansion is coming up, power build now almost finished. Some footies here are being sacrificed, but for a good cause. This deny did not quite work out. A bit more experience for the Keeper. And now Chaemiko's gonna fall back, having lost also a lot of HP on his AM. And this expansion now being reset up. If this is cancelled again, then it will be really painful for the Night Elf.
That shouldn't happen, really. Can't allow too many denies. How much damage is 15 Sway able to do here? With that amount of mana, pretty much nothing. Just throw a bird at a Town Hall. Yeah, it doesn't do too much. Hits the wall and barely even notice it.
He can take out one footy here if he wants. He's got another Entangle again. But he should make it back to the Moonwells to finally heal up. This is gonna take a lot of Moon Juice to heal this Keeper up again, by the way.
Yeah. And he only has 2 at the moment. Waiting for the tree to give him more supply. This is, I think, a very, very weak Keeper for the early mid game.
He's just not going back to the Moonwells.
Nope.
Bro, you need some juice. Maybe he feels if he goes back, his expansion is going to be cancelled again. And
might be right.
Might be happening right here. Detonate's coming in, though.
There's no more mana on this Archmage either. This time, no deny, level 2.5, and he holds.
Alright, nicely done there with a detonate, and also with good target fire on the AM. You want to force him out of the fight because the AM does the most damage. And now he's going to be healing up at the shop. Keeper healed up at the Moonwells, but indeed, not even half mana with that juice.
At least he's healthy again, eh? Silver lining. And he out-leveled the Archmage quite a bit. Like, after the one treant he got in the first push, not a single kill for Chaemiko.
Yeah, absolutely. Falling decently behind in experience, but of course, economically, he got ahead with a much faster expo. Another deny. I'm not sure if he got it. I don't think he did.
Nope.
Keeper getting some experience there. And there's another Entangles, another Footman going down. So these footies are having a tough time, as is the case so often against the Keeper.
Okay, I wonder if this is too many. This is a big experience gap now. We even get Mercenaries by 15 Sway, who's willing to push into this without mana and 1/3 of health only. Archmage far in the back would love to cancel the healing and mana regen. This shop is
nice
really,
thing
really
about
good.
nice thing about the Merc on this map, you can pull it pretty easily. It's hard to creep, but it's easy to pull. And I like this Berserker pickup here early. A lot more damage now coming in. But the Keeper's starting to drop low. The Archers are a little bit under threat. There's no Entangle anymore. So sooner or later, 15 Sway is going to have to fall back here.
I could be wrong, but we have no defend, right?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think not upgraded yet, but should be coming in soon. Lumber for Chaemiko is looking good. It's looking real good. He's going for the Blacksmith, and tier 2 buildings will be coming soon. And we saw the second hero start on the Knight of Side, which will be the Demon Hunter.
Yeah, everything else would be incredibly surprising. I mean, we have seen unusual builds by 15 Sway, but a Potom or a Warden is pretty much unheard of as a second hero in this matchup. Staff on the Keeper is nice. Very minimal inventory, right? It's oftentimes the case on Autumn Leaves, especially when you go 2-base, just wild brawls, and everybody's poking, and it's a tug of war in the middle, and nobody has time to go for camps.
Yeah, it's been a pretty aggressive game so far, lots of fighting, but we've only crept 2 camps. That's it. There's tons left still for the late game, which can be great for Night Elf, by the way. If 15 Sway rushes tier 3 and goes triple hero with Keeper and Demon and, I don't know, any kind of other third hero, could be really good, but also Keeper Demon very good as dual hero because their ultimates are crazy good. And here is the Demon Hunter. He starts showing up. Gonna throw out a couple of mana burns, but now with defense also Chaemiko feeling more comfortable to take some trades here.
Ooh, Chaemiko misses a surround there. Rare sight. Usually he's the absolute best human in blocks and surrounds, but no, 15 Sway slips out. Wee, sweet deny. Just a split second before the pigeon arrives. Demon Hunter is putting quite some damage on this Archmage, right? Bullying him around in a second row.
Yeah, I love that. I love the prioritization of attacking the AM, because he does provide quite a bit of damage from the backline, but if you keep attacking him, he has to run around, and you're gonna preventing much of that damage.
Remo.
But Chaemiko has finally arrived on tier 2, and is gonna get his macro going.
Chaemiko still didn't get a single last hit since this
crazy.
one treant at the expansion. That's like, what, 4 minutes ago?
That's pretty nuts. And there's a lot of incentive to stay in the middle because the middle camps are so rewarding. It's a big consumable, like a mana stone, and a big permanent item on the other side, like an aura. Ooh, but the AM's gonna have to TP out here. The Entangle finds him. TP's away. That TP now being missing is gonna be scary. And perhaps the entire middle will go to 15 Sway.
Yeah, there was a consumable used on that Keeper to get that necessary mana, but well invested, buying so much time with the trade-off of one item. Berserker gotta be a little careful here, but yeah, he's running away and experiences will result in level 3 for the Keeper. It's getting real close, and Chaemiko is not in shape to go for any sort of fight now. Blood Mage out, okay, with Siphon 1, but the Archmage absolutely needs levels.
Needs some healing as well, but a priest is on the job. Keeper gets level 3, could go for treants right now to just keep on power creeping. That's a big camp right here, which however also has lots of purge, so could be a lot of treants getting purged. Oh, but Knight of Army also a little hurt here. 15 Sway going for Shredder, so lumber issues will be a thing of the past very soon.
Oh, Chaemiko could be able to steal this. Very important last hit here. Big XP gain for whom? I think Chaemiko got it.
Yeah, the Blood Mage picked it up.
Wow.
With the long fingers, yoink. He got the Robe of the Magi, which is great in this mana burn battle.
Yeah.
It's going to be Siphon versus mana burn. And whoever comes out on top is going to be looking much better in the fights.
Both are breaking up. Keeper still has the Mana Stone. Both floating in gold. And that is finally level 2. Still lacks level 3. Demon Hunter has that evasion. It's pretty tanky. Staff is ready. Waiting for the tier 3 Flame Strike.
Alright, getting ready for the late game and the big damage Flame Strike. Early Ancient of Wind here, so very quick transition into Hippogriffs against the Gyros and also Fairy Dragons. Fairy Dragon with Mana Flare, really strong against Sorceresses nowadays, and even against Priests, not too bad. And Chaemiko, yeah, he needs some levels here, badly.
Got level 3. Heal Scroll, Invo Potion as well. We move to the outskirts, as you said. And the orb is ready. Is this push gonna be too powerful for 15 Sway? 70 supply, he's kinda ready supply-wise. He's almost there in levels as well. This looks holdable.
Yeah, I think so too. This is not looking too bad for 15 Sway at all. Mark of the Claw coming, more Dryads. Hardly any rifles, so Fairy Dragons could do wonderfully here.
He has the time. The Engine of War is buying some fairies are already in. If they jump onto the priest when they're trying to heal, then good luck. He has 2 heal scrolls though. That will help immensely. Militia in as well. Chaemiko doing everything right so far. Can he knock out these fairies? So far, no flares here. Not casting anything. Rifles and water elementals are supposed to take them out rather quickly. They have high armor. Here comes the fairy. And that's a huge AoE boost for 15 Sway.
It was a wonderful flank here to start off the fight, but Chaemiko repositioning very nicely. Flame Strike coming in, hitting the bears, but only level 1 Flame Strike. It's not that much damage yet. Demon Hunter is deep in the backline here, using the big healing item, and with that will survive. Heal scroll as well from the human. Demon Hunter taking more damage. Archmage, by the way, very far up front. He might be in trouble. First hero of Chaemiko is, however, surviving this. The Keeper might not be. He's dropping super low. Next Flame Strike coming in. Bears feeling the damage again. TP out. Chaemiko finding a lot of kills here. The TP comes through. 15 Sway saves some of his units. Supply is even, but now we have towers standing here.
Let's push everybody. Chaemiko with mortar teams aiming for that equalizer. If he knocks down the expansion, then it's looking really, really good for him. 15 Sway might have the better tech, but Chaemiko has a lead on economy. That Flame Strike is excellent. But okay, do or die for 15 Sway now. Can he play the hero advantage, the tech advantage? Looking for that Archmage. He has no TP. Uh-oh, Entangle. The Demon Hunter in trouble as well. Getting saved, and the Archmage moves to the backside and should survive this as well. Chaemiko is absolutely in charge of this game now.
Pretty close calls with his AM dude. Whew, he has been living on the brink, but it seems to be just barely good enough. Chaemiko now 70 supply, 75, barreling forward. Nice Flame Strike right there once again. It's level 2 Flame Strike now. Lots more damage. Level 1 Siphon. Demon Hunter having a tough time connecting. The positioning for Chaemiko has been wonderful. The way he repositioned to that flank was absolutely glorious. Treants being summoned, but getting dispelled quickly. More experience going to the human. And level 2 Brilliance Aura would be huge. But bear count is still pretty healthy. The bears are moving forward and getting hit by a Flame Strike again.
Oh, yeah. This is a heal scroll that saves him a bit, but also what a position for 15 Sway between the Engine of Wind and the Moonwell. So weird to engage into with all these bears. They couldn't connect at all. Chaemiko with excellent kiting. About to get a couple of kills here, especially on the front line. But the Blood Mage just wins the mana war again. And the Demon Hunter is almost useless.
Let's have a Flame Strike again soon. Of course, Chaemiko did great damage there. He can retreat, being satisfied with the damage he did. He's going to lose a little bit in the retreat. One more team going down, maybe a Sorceress. But now the Regent Scroll and Clarities are going to be wonderful. He's got some towers at the expansion here to help him defend now in a passive position.
Yo, Demon Hunter has to be staffed. Oh, is he though? Yep.
Ooh, they like cutting it close, these Night Elves, don't they?
They do nowadays. Hope they never receive a spike or something. But yeah, Chaemiko's just marching forward. 20 supply ahead, a base ahead. Levels are starting to look decent as well. Flame Strike 2, man. I like that. It made a big difference in the fight. It got rid of a lot of bears. Helped to establish a strong breaker line. And now this is unbeatable.
Yes, I think we've definitely reached critical mass here. 78 supply for Chaemiko. Still lots of gold, by the way, which means you could easily go for heal scrolls. There's a shop right over there around the corner. That's pretty nice. Pick up some items and re-engage. The towers and shop over there next to the opponent's natural are still standing. He can use that as an anchor. Invo Potion now again as well to be more safe. Even a Regent Scroll. And Chaemiko is looking to tie up this series.
Okay, I'm not too unhappy, to be honest. I would love to see more of this. Hippos in against the gyros, against the fairies. But yeah, this won't save him. The game, it's GG, and we have ourselves a series, and it's tied. Chaemiko equalizes on Autumn Leaves, which was his map. And now the ball is once again in 15 Sway's corner.
Well done by Chaemiko there. Beautiful push with around 70 supply. Had exactly the right army, brought in the militia, set up the towers, got just enough heal scrolls, got just enough front line, got just enough damage with the flame strike. That was pretty close, man. If the keeper there does a bit better of a job entangling the blood mage against the entangle, if the bears connect a little bit better, if there's a bit more roar, if there's a bit more heal scroll, this could have swung the other way. The fairy dragons, we had 2, right?
Yeah.
But I hardly felt the impact somehow. I wonder why that was. Of course, there was tons of things going on in that fight. Very hard to see everything, and even harder to manage all of that. But Chaemiko managed it really well. The early game, he prevented the expansion for a long time. It came at a price though, right? This AM was so underleveled for so long. It was kind of crazy. But he still was able to play a beautiful late game there.
I feel one of the fairies was really good. That one above the trees. The other one maybe planted a little premature, but then there was also the repositioning of Chaemiko. This move right there, the focus fire on the Archmage, if he kills him again later here in this game, that could have stopped Chaemiko blowing through this Night Elf army. Here you see it. The fairy over the trees, kind of nice, now that he repositions especially. But yeah, exactly. Okay, you're right. You're right. I take that back. I've seen better. This one now. Yeah, okay, there
interesting, by the way. He focused the one fairy with the 2 watch elementals. Very nice. What about the dryads? Didn't they have dispel against the elementals? Maybe he didn't have too many dryads. But that was a wonderful fight by Chaemiko. When that flank came in from the bottom right that he wasn't expecting was kind of scary. He took a long time repositioning. The human army, of course, never the fastest. But once he repositioned and set up that front line of watch elementals and breakers, it was looking good again. Very nicely done here by Chaemiko. Tying up the series on Autumn Leaves is going to be now 15 Sway's loser's choice. So that means either Concealed or Last Refuge.
Okay, Chaemiko back in the seat. Still a little bit of an advantage by 15 Sway to grab up the neutral map. If he just wins his picks, he's in the semis. But Chaemiko looked like he was not shaken by losing game 1 at all by that warden. He knew, okay, that was a weird tactical decision. That was kind of my fault. Shouldn't have let the warden spiral out of control. I can fix that if I play my regular game, if I play the norm. I'll beat this kid, send him back to kindergarten, and advance to the semis for the first time.
Yeah, he's not going to get a hall pass today if it's up to Chaemiko, let me tell you that. Map number 2, or map number 3 rather, what's it gonna be? I've been really impressed with Chaemiko's Concealed Hill these last couple of weeks. I've seen him play it plenty of times against Colorful, among others. Concealed Hill used to be always a really tough map for human because you try to creep the natural and the keeper shows up with level 2 archers and treants and suddenly 6-7 peasants go down. They have to run back home. They have to re-engage. It takes forever to creep the natural, but Chaemiko has gotten so good at reliably creeping that expansion. Is that gonna be our next map? No, it's not. Last Refuge will be the choice here by 15 Sway. And Last Refuge, Night Elf versus Human, that always screams out Beastmaster.
Wow, I wasn't sure how you knew that this is the next one. But yeah, there's a little bit of a golden glow around that map, eh? Day 5 of the tournament, Neo realizes this now. Anyway, Beastmaster, looking forward to this. It is Chaemiko 1, 15 Sway 1, who claims match points.
Some Night Elves out there do like to play Keeper here as well, although Beastmaster seems to be the preferred choice. Let's take a look at our builds here in the early game. Chaemiko with the standard build, and indeed 15 Sway with the Ancient of War over at the Merc. And at a late altar, we will have a neutral hero, and that is 99% Beastmaster. And gonna have a fast Merc camp here as well.
With this being 15 Sway and how much he's surprising us this week, could be a Panda, Dark Ranger, whatever, but it would be super outside the norm. Beastmaster it is. This is all the rage on this map because the Keeper progress is so slow. The Beastmaster is really good against expansions. The question is, how aggressive will you play him? Will you rush over to the human expansion right away or to the Merc camp? We've seen great harasses in the north. Or do you take it slow and open up your own mercenary camp and then push? Those are the 2 options.
Yeah, we saw Colorful here in this group stage win this map 2.5 minutes in. by just having the Wisp in the right position, stealing the Shadow Priest, dispelling 2 Water Elementals. And that was basically it. That was basically the game. So Chaemiko is going to have to look out for that. He cannot allow this Wisp to steal the Shadow Priest. That would be a disaster. And he sees the Wisp early. He's put damage on right away. And then should be able to prevent this. Normally we're expecting both players here to just creep the Mercenary camp. Oh, and he pulls the creeps towards the Wisp. That's interesting. So the Wisp gets ensnared.
Okay, is that the answer?
The Detonate still comes through. Hits the Water Elemental. It's not the cleanest creep of all time, but Chaemiko is going to get the Shadow Priest now. Going to have the second Water Elemental. But he's going to take some damage here.
Beastmaster was already moving north. He was about to pounce on this, but then he decided otherwise. Is that the inexperience? Is that nerves? Not like... I don't know. Not... This feels a little shaky now.
Yeah, but he's still gonna get something valuable here. He's still gonna get his own creep camp. He's gonna get level 2 and the Mercenary Axis himself. Chaemiko, though, with a huge item. Sobi Mask. On Northern Isles, he got the ring, which got him great value over time, and so will be this Sobi. He's gonna have so much more mana to work with now. And once the AM is level 4, he's got unlimited mana. He can just spam these Water Elementals non-stop.
On the other side, we get a Sobi mask as well, so always good to wear a mask this day and age, and both players agree on this. Lots of mana, lots of summons. And where do we go now? Circlet. Oh, even more mana for this Archmage. Level 2.6 already, and 15 Sway decides to not be aggressive in the early game at all, rather focus on his own progress. And Chaemiko from Mercenary Camp to Green to Expo, also not the fastest one of all time. And mirrored item drops, that's what we like to see.
Yeah, and very good items indeed for both here so far. Oh, Chaemiko was trying to steal the Berserker. That would have been a really nice play, but 15 Sway on top of that. He's gonna get the Berserker, which is a very important unit in this early game. Chaemiko has his own Berserker from his own Merc camp. Gonna get the next item, Gloves of Haste. Absolutely, excuse me. Not bad. Gonna set up the expansion. So is the Beastmaster. Both heroes on level 3. But the big difference is 15 Sway's tech has started long ago. And will be tier 2 pretty soon.
That's play of Night Elves, right? Teching, expanding, buying mercs, all at the same time. While the poor human, they just have to wait and gather resources because of their power build, of course. Hence, their gold mining will start a lot sooner, and then they will play it from here. The power spikes a little shifted for the first big brawl of the so decisive map 3. A lot of piercing damage. So I wonder, is the Fend ready? And if not, when?
Yeah. It's definitely not ready yet. Water Elemental is getting dispelled. These footies could go down quickly. If they're focused, not focused for now, focusing on the Shadow Priest first. Of course, those are super squishy. One Shadow Priest has been lost for Chaemiko, but he has a second one. Still available with not too much mana left, however. And this Beastmaster pressure is starting to ramp up.
Tower is not up yet. Important building here. Arcane Tower, relatively cheap and incredible against summons as it does extra damage. Shadow Priest again focused. Archmage is taking quite a bit of a beating here. Bruised up, trying to retreat. In the meantime, his Footman is causing damage to the upcoming Tree of Life for 15 Sway. Can he cancel that healing? Oh, looks like it. This Archer coming out of the shadows.
Yeah. Nicely done. One shot. Cancels the healing right there. Arcane Tower standing at the expo. Yeah, not quite. She doesn't have marksmanship yet. Later, maybe. But Chaemiko holds here without having to call too much militia. This pressure can oftentimes just kneecap a human by killing a ton of units, but Chaemiko was able to save a lot of his units right here. Sets up the shop right now. And the Archer has another chance to cancel some healing.
Okay. 15 Sway's second base up as well. Starts the Entangle. Can easily heal. I don't think he ate a tree before, so Wisps will be necessary. Chaemiko very low on lumber, waiting for the shop to finish, so it's a little bit of wasted time. There's also no creeps remaining in the north, really, except the little green ones. And Panda Beastmaster, they can creep up quite a storm here now. How fast can he get that Panda up to level 3 to have a decent counter against Thief and Footman?
Yeah, Panda second is a little unusual nowadays. Normally it's Naga second or Demon. Panda can of course be really good. Level 3 Panda, level 4, level 5 Breath of Fire damage is impeccable. However, both these heroes get countered super hard by a Blood Mage. That's the big concern with this. So it feels like 15 Sway, because of that fact, has to get a lot of stuff done here before the Blood Mage and the full tier 3 has come online for Chaemiko. Tier 2, I mean.
Blood Mage also needs a little bit of levels. I think you can, especially with the Sobi Mask, can counter Siphon 1. If you have an expansion, can go for potions. Maybe you're lucky at the merchants here and get a mana potion. Waiting for
Could
it.
be a surround against the Beastmaster. Oh, slightly misses it. But the big item was picked up by 15 Sway. He got the big healing potion, which is very nice. Dragon Haze for the fire. First big combo of the game coming in. Big damage. Chaemiko could buy a heal scroll right here at the shop if he wants to, but not going for that yet. The defense footies are certainly quite tanky at this stage in the game against the piercing damage, but yeah, the Breath of Fire does not care about that upgrade. And the brawl continues for the rest of the experience. AM level 4, and that now is crazy mana.
Unlimited mana indeed. That Breath of Fire missed a little bit if I saw that correctly. Good decision to not focus on the Panda. I see as a heal potion. One more breath, but there's the heal scroll and the value. Chaemiko again showing his excellent human play with that timing here. Very patient play, was holding on to that, wasn't rushing this at all. Chaemiko's back in the saddle.
And
the Beastmaster skill choice perhaps backfiring on him a bit. Going for the Quilbies can be really good, especially for casting buildings and such, but the thing is, you are reinforcing the strength of defense even more. If he had a Bash Bear, dealing with these footies would be a bit easier. But if he doesn't have the Bash Bear, he now has the normal bears. Druids of the Claw coming out, soon to be with Master Upgrade.
And Bash Bears coming in soon too. 3.8, maybe expected to get a couple more kills with the Breath of Fire and then get up to level 4 as the Quilbies are the right choice against...
Panda.
What? Pandemonium!
It's a battle of fire and fire. Okay, I was certainly expecting rather that Blood Mage here, but no, Panda it is.
Okay.
Alright.
I'm not too sure what this is designed to do. Compared to a Blood Mage, MK, Alchemist...
Dude, maybe he's considering the Sobi Mask. If he gets to level 3-4 Panda, the Sobi Mask is going to provide him so much mana. It's hard to chew through bare HP with Breath of Fire, but given enough time in a long enough fight, maybe you can do it. But the next shop here in the middle went to 15 Sway. The big item, the one of mana stealing, not so great, but he got the level 3 Panda, which is the big deal. And he can use the next Breath of Fire here very soon. And the footies are all gonna be toast before too long. Footies now getting rotated out. Panda looking for his own kills. That is Chaemiko's Panda. And Chaemiko, by the way, 1800 gold. Can make a big army here soon.
What are you waiting for, my friend? There's a clear winner in that Panda mirror match, or this Panda Ditto. This one is about to die. The other Panda says hello, about to get a breath. Oh, can he save himself with a potion? Close, 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 close. Heal scroll bought, but dead. Okay, only level 1 hero, not the end of the world. If he's rushing tier 3, then the Paladin or Blood Mage will be delayed, but he's not. He stays at tier 2.
He's got 4 production buildings, so Chaemiko can build into a big army here quickly. Goes for the gyro first to have good scouting, and then we're going to have mortar teams, rifles, casters, and breakers coming in very soon. The Panda also, speaking of soon, is going to be back here in no time. Having been only level 1, it doesn't take long. And so many Water Elementals. There's not enough Dryads to keep up with all of this Water Elemental spam.
Not yet, at least. Backline is a little bit hurt. Chaemiko gets good experience from all the summons. Panda is back, but only level 1. Breath of Fire just tickles at this point. There is a heal scroll against it, but 15 Sway, 46 supply, 2,000 gold for him, by the way.
Yeah, he's gonna have a powerful army here soon. I'm kind of worried about the heroes a bit. Of course, the Beastmaster will fall off as there's gonna be more and more Beastpool over time. But Fairy Dragons also early in the mix already. I like that. Again, the anti-air isn't the greatest. We have 1 rifle, 1 berserker, and that's kind of it. But 15 Sway, he tried to steal the lab away. That was a bit too ambitious. If he had fallen back, you could have crept 1, maybe 2 red camps in that time.
Okay, no Chaemiko roosts yet. Yeah, you said there's gonna be a lot of dispel. I don't see... Okay, there is Breakers now. Feels a little late. But then the summons will be dealt with. And yeah, the Panda is gonna be a good carry later. Having a little bit of a harder time now that there's Breakers, as he has to pass them to reach the castles and mortars. Beastmaster will be dealt with. And Chaemiko has 2 heal scrolls, an Ankh, an Invul, and 70 supply. 15 sway. Lacks lumber. Would love to invest more into items. Got 1 orb now, but not the great orb carries. Beastmaster a little bit, but not range. Rough. Red spot and creepjack.
Chaemiko, is he gonna pick up the item and leave? Yes, he will. He's gonna TP out. Cool thing is, he can TP to his expansion and go for the other red camp.
That's exactly
and
what
I think
he
that's what
does.
he's trying to do. He got the Ancient Jango of Endurance. He could go for the Regent Scroll right there. Oh, wonderful, efficient play by Chaemiko.
That is the Warsong Battle Drums Remo Demo. This is a little bit more damage, and especially on mortars. Excellent. Absolutely excellent. Such a big damage boost. Even though all the aura items got nerfed a little bit. Still a free upgrade.
As they should have been, because they were a little bit too good. Definitely looks a lot more well-rounded nowadays. But here we go. That's the big attack. 15 sway with 70 supply, more or less. Lumber is a bit the issue here for him. Hitting with a lot of bears towards the human main. Panda got level 3. AM got close to level 5. He's going to TP back. That workshop is taken out quickly. And the fairy dragons running into position, but they're kind of exposing themselves here.
Yep. To all the
Right in the
rifles as well. Needs the heal scroll soon. There's only 1 on 15 sway side, down to 68. Panda level 4 with a little bit of Drunken Brawler. First heal scroll used for Chaemiko as well, who's trying to retreat into that needle hole there. And that makes it so hard for the bears as they're all clumped up. Barbecue!
Yeah, there was sick damage there coming through. We have the Panda still with the mana potion on Chaemiko's side. Fairy Dragon still not quite dealt with. Trying to snipe them now. But the bears are catching up slowly. Of course, slowed down by the Storks. Their mobility here heavily restricted. But the Beastmaster gets level 5, can now go for a Blink Bash Bear if he wants. And especially the air belongs to 15 sway.
Oh, finally he has a weapon against these mortars. Big dispel though. There was another heal scroll. 15 sway was holding on to that for a long time. The bear's getting all grilled. Feels like he's running out of steam, but the supply looks good. Panda for Chaemiko with an Invo Potion last second. He has an Ankh as well. Beastmaster down to half HP, has a TP, could also swap the Invo for 7 seconds. Berserker down, whoo, that was close. Swap the TP, and that was a lot of kills in the last moments of the fight for Chaemiko, and he also gets this one bear.
Oh, yeah, does not make it away. The slow wore off, but he still went down. That workshop somehow survived. I don't know how that was possible, but it is still standing. Can go for more mortar teams now. And the levels are climbing. AM got the Khadgar's pipe, by the way. That's going to be a sell. Needs some heal scrolls, definitely. Both these guys need heal scrolls against the enemy Panda. A retrain into Blizzard would be sick AoE, but the Water Elementals are also helping a lot with tanking and with dealing with the Fairy Dragons.
Everybody's game to take. No one is going for a third base. No one is going for tech switch, really. No chimeras. No tier 3, really. Panda so close to 5. Heal scrolls again, 2 on 15 sway side. Double mana potion for Chaemiko.
He's gonna have a lot of Breath of Fire to use. This Blink Bash Bear, by the way, is gonna be really annoying in the human economy. He's just being sent in over and over to deal with the peasant mining in the main base. And there's no towers there. Chaemiko was a little bit of a cheapskate. Not going for any towers in his main base.
Panda going for a heal scroll himself. Now that's the last bit of gold. 15 sway. Approaches another camp. Does he have the time to finish it? That would be level 5 Panda. Can't even pick up the item because he's slot starved. There's another TP. There we see what Remo just mentioned. This is so hard to deal with. He's so tanky. So much meat on the hips of these bear. This is...
Up level 5. This Breath of Fire is gonna rock in hard from 15 sway.
Yep.
The Breakers, of course, don't care about that, but the rest of the army certainly does.
Ooh, needs to dance around the mortar shots, though. The Dryads did that well so far. Breaker's being caught off by the Bears. One immediately killed. Fairy Dragon comes in, really hard to heal. And wow, the Hippo's coming from the back to take care of these mortars. That was excellent moves by 15 Sway right here. Panda a little bit under pressure, down to 50%. If he's getting bashed, he's in a little bit of trouble. First heal scroll used on Chaemiko's side. And 15 Sway always a little later with this mass AoE healing, and that gives him an edge to the later side, counters the Breath of Fire, staffs out as well. This is a great fight for 15 Sway so far. How well can the Bears do? Whoa, that Breath of Fire! Second heal scroll. Is the Panda by 15 Sway running out of steam, or can he carry this fight late game? Archmage level 6.
Oh, he's got his mass TP out. One more Breath of Fire comes through. Man, that mass TP was just barely in time there to get him out of dodge. Chaemiko again with wonderful kiting. Got a few kills there, but not many really. And his mining reduced because of that bear that we saw earlier on. Got some peasant kills, and these bears can just keep on being summoned and hunting down the peasants.
That's 1,000 gold difference right there. Bear paying off. Panda getting close-ish to 5 for Chaemiko now as well. Mass Telly, where does he go? Into the main to deal with the bear. Well, we all know Mass Teleport has basically no cooldown, right? So why not jump around Q House of Pain?
I wonder, might it be better now to go for Blizzard? It would be sick AoE. But again, the Water Elemental, tanking, and anti-air is valuable.
There's of course no Entangle to deal with Mass Teleport. He needs to rely on a little bit of luck from that Bash Bear. And then it might turn into a disaster for Chaemiko. If he relies on the fact that he can just teleport, he has no TP. If a bear cancels this, it's probably lights out.
Yeah, that won't be... that would be pretty unfortunate. Bear and Quillbeast coming into the main. Blinks in right away. Is there even a Dispel Priest? Yeah, he does have one.
He's forcing a lot of Mass Telly off of Chaemiko. He can't use it offensively. Like no Invis Footman Water Elemental onto the tree or something, because especially with the mortar teams, he has a good shot of just killing the tree. Love the farm positioning, by the way, to make sure that the bears can't reach the town hall.
Gonna be some farms here going down. The air now for 15 Sway is looking really good.
Mass
3
Telly.
fairies and 2 hippos, I believe. Oh, we're going into a base race.
Yep, Mass Telly into 15 Sway's base as well. He is forced into a town portal, about to lose attention of lore, but doesn't. Very aggressive TP. Okay, Mass Telly should be ready soon. And then it's the question, can the Bash Bear reach and deny this? No. So this is gonna be so stressful for 15 Sway now. This will just happen the entire time, and Chaemiko is trading mana for 350 gold town portals.
True. But also, we're pretty late into the game. 19 minutes. We're gonna mine out here soon. And on Last Refuge, in the natural, there's not much gold left. Got gold in there just, you know, inherently. So we're gonna mine out on both sides here soon. We don't have a third base yet. Neither player could afford this yet. Chaemiko still doesn't have 80 supply, as he's always reduced, has the reduced income because of the bear. Mass Teleport is a big help here, certainly. And he almost got his own level 5 Panda.
Dude, should you go for a disable hero right here? I mean, the ultimate of the Panda is incredible. In a base race, he does. Keeper of the Grove, baby. Entangle to prevent Mass Telly. Is that the right call, or will it prevent the strong ultimates for 15 Sway?
I like that choice. It's also a really good orb carrier.
True.
This Quillbeast, is that level 5? Not quite.
Nope. Mass Telly again to where? Okay, that's exactly what we were talking about. This is level 5 Panda, so no chance of repairing this. Shouldn't be too much gold left, so 15 Sway not willing to go for the town portal to save that. You also, if you want to, can move the Tree of Eternity over. But okay, we're going into a little bit of a fight. This is the angle. He has a town portal, right?
Yeah, that was the TP.
Yeah.
Didn't risk the Mass Telly. The keeper was right there. And that is no more income for 15 Sway. But he can move over the Tree of Eternity. And he's got 900 gold still left. He could just go for a normal expo elsewhere.
Yeah, since it just came up in chat that the Panda ultimate could be used to prevent mass teleport. True, one of the pandas has Cyclone, but the cooldown of Earthstorm and Fire is so long and the uptime for the 3 pandas is not that high. For the mass tele, it's basically always up. And Chaemiko's pushing again.
He's playing this so well with Mass Tally again. It's of course a crazy strong ultimate, and it's being utilized very, very well by this AM. He's got the safety TP again. Chaemiko not that much gold, going for another heal scroll. He's got double heal scroll now, and he's going for the base race.
Invis Panda, okay, not anymore. Yep, base race it is. We will mine out in a bit. There's no mining at the bottom right. There's of course a little bit more mining for Chaemiko in the main. Oh, he actually destroyed it. Nicely done. But yeah, the base is in shambles for 15 Sway.
He's walking back to the main. His army isn't really that fast. And again, Chaemiko, he can just mass tally out. If he's fast enough before the keeper arrives. Is the keeper there? Apparently not. Mass tally, see you later. And goes over to the natural. Summons, like bears, are also attacking the human main. But now Chaemiko's getting caught. This cost him another TP. And these TPs now can't get replaced too easily. Chaemiko is out of gold.
Okay, still... Wait, is he not mining at the main? No, right? Apparently not. Summons again. The value he gets out of the summons late game is pretty nuts.
Yeah, he's now keeping some water elementals at home to deal with the bears. That's pretty good. Very low econ game now. Both armies, 60-something supply, and both are supply blocked.
15 Sway re-established the base bottom right. He needs a lot of moonwells. Chaemiko only 2 farms. Pretty cheap. Chaemiko has no gold to go for another town hall. Nor another
big problem
TP.
For Chaemiko. For Chaemiko, the big problem here is he doesn't have any anti-air. How can he deal with these fairy dragons? He can't really.
That is a very good question, Remo. He's storming into the former position. Can the keeper react now? Apparently not.
Didn't get it off. No.
Weird.
Where was the entangle?
Not
15
sure.
Sway.
Town portal traded for the town portal. Not much damage here. Getting close to Earth, Storm, and Fire, and Stampede.
This is looking pretty good for 15 Sway now, I think.
15 Sway is mine. Oh, 2 mortars. For a base race. Was it 3 mortars? No, 2 mortars, right? Yeah. For a base race, that is so good to take them out. Best game of the playoffs right here. 10 supply lead for 15 Sway. Close to double ultimates. What's left in the tank for Chaemiko? He needs another strike of genius with his mass teleport.
This war of attrition with the bear just making such a huge difference. Jumping into the main over and over. For the bear to easily be dealt with, you need like 4 towers. But that's so expensive, and of course now he can't afford that anymore. Maybe earlier.
Yeah.
Maybe when he had that 2,000 gold, maybe that would have been a good time, but... Yep, 15 Sway is just clawing his way further and further forward. Chaemiko down a lot in supply. But this is a good fight position for him.
Okay, can the bears connect? It doesn't seem like it. This is a little bit horrible. Breath of Fire, Drunken Haze, everything's burning in the bag. There is an Invo Potion and heal wards for 15 Sway. Fairies a little far back, I guess, and that is level 6 for the Beastmaster. Will he use it already? My god, these Breath of Fires are so sick on both sides, actually. Do we have more heal scroll? Yes, we certainly do on 15 Sway's side, but not for Chaemiko. Getting close to Earthstorm and Fire, but there's no mana anymore. The Sobi Mask has to work overtime again.
Oh, the heal ward getting stolen instantly, actually, with the breaker. Nicely done.
He doesn't realize.
Level 6 Beastmaster is in trouble, but man, everything for Chaemiko is about to fall over here. Everything so low HP, the extra Breath of Fire could be deadly. Level 6 for the Panda as well. Doesn't have the mana for the ultimate, but I think we're seeing the end. The mana flare doing so much damage. Everything going down. And 15 Sway, it's gonna take the lead.
These fairies, how many kills did they get? 10, 15? I lost track. What a game! Panda versus Panda! 15 Sway steps out, level 3 on the Keeper of the Grove. The Bears are falling, but the 19-year-old Chinese is 2-1 up and is 1 map away from the semifinals in his first WGL. Can you believe it?
Wow, what a sick performance by him. Wonderful play, playing the Beastmaster here really, really well with the Panda second. So much damage in the late game. On map 1, he was a little bit lucky that Chaemiko threw that game away, but here on map 3, it's all him. And Chaemiko, how much is he regretting Northern Isles right now? He's one map away from being eliminated. And coming in with the unusual second hero choice. Panda second here. Interesting for sure. Good tank for sure. But I don't know, man. Wouldn't a Blood Mage just have been much, much better?
I really disagree with the Panda choice as well. Not sure at all what that was supposed to do. We said it pretty much from the beginning. And there was really no big moment where the Panda for Chaemiko was shining. On the other side, oh, that Panda caused a lot of trouble. But man, how are you that young, that inexperienced in big tournaments, and have the composure like this to play this stressful game, 30-minute game against mass teleport, and just find the right answers all the time?
Yeah, really cool. Wonderfully done. Maybe Chaemiko thought with the Panda second, he needs some kind of tanky frontline hero. And he couldn't go for MK because that's too slow.
Yeah.
But a Blood Mage level 4 is so good, especially against double melee opponent heroes that are both mana reliant. It would have been endless Flame Strike. It would have been so much mana drained. But yeah, it would have been a little bit harder to position that hero. Chaemiko, this Panda second choice, a little questionable, but especially that tier 3 choice on Northern Isles. That was...
Can't
really
get over it, right?
That's what might cost him the semifinals. That's what
Absolutely.
might cost him the semifinals.
Or we get a sick comeback on a full-out best-of-5 series here in our second series. Moon is waiting. He's looking at this and probably pretty impressed with what 15 Sway is bringing to the table. No signs of nervousness, not shaking, great responses, great execution. That one flank there, in exactly that position when he had to squeeze through that needle hole. The fairy dragons in the middle of the fight over the trees. The hippos coming from the back against the gyros, taking them out. And then there was just no solution against the fairies anymore. And they are tearing the castles apart here in the last fight especially. So well done.
Yeah, that Beastmaster here looking very deadly, and the Warden also came as a surprise. Next map is going to be Tide Hunters, where a keeper is most likely, but we have also seen some Tavern Hero play every now and then. We have seen things like Beastmaster instant harass, but if that's scouted, it seems like that should be countered much better. Chaemiko, I think he's going to be doing better on the next two maps because of the fact that it's no Beastmaster. I feel like he has some issues dealing with that Beastmaster style. Against Keeper first, that's where he feels most at home.
Yeah, I think so too. That's his big strength as well, if he's not donating too many footmen away. CH left and Tide Hunters left. Probably need a little bit of a breathing moment for the players, as this was incredibly stressful. Guys, use that time. We have a giveaway for you guys. WGL Summer Playoff Giveaway powered by CORSAIR. You can win a K95 Platinum XT keyboard, the same that I am using. And of course, I'm super cool. So if you want to be as cool as I am, then participate in that raffle !giveaway. You will be led to a Gleam where you have to follow us on socials, tune into Twitch, tweet a little bit, visit our Patreon, visit CORSAIR, of course. If you find something you like over on the CORSAIR homepage, use the coupon code BACK2WARCRAFT for a 10% discount, even on the weekly deals, ladies and gentlemen. So make use of that. It will be up until Tuesday night after the ESL America finals. We will close this one and draw the winner of this wonderful, wonderful high-end keyboard and 5 Warcraft 3 keys, in case you don't own the game and want to play on War 3 Champions, who just started into Season 8, by the way, yesterday. Rarely a better time to start playing than with this wonderful ladder that we have.
Absolutely. War 3 Champions was the platform that led the way for the new maps, and we have them established here. That's going to be our destination for map number 4. Can 15 Sway close it out already? Is he really gonna beat Chaemiko as well? After beating Lawlight, after making it out of the group of death.
Imagine you eliminate the best undead in Asia at the highest Elo Night Elf in the world, and then the best human in the world. What a tournament run. What a crazy tournament run.
In before he beats Lin in the grand final. I mean, we're
and then Lin back to back.
we're starting to get a bit ahead of ourselves, but the potential here for 15 Sway is endless. And Chaemiko looking a little bit more shaky. Like, he isn't making many mistakes. Absolutely not. I think mainly strategically in terms of unit and hero choice. That's where he's making some dubious calls. When he just played standard, just go for tier 2 timings, use the Blood Mage, that's working out. I don't understand why he's moving away from it so much. Why is he going Panda second? That didn't work. Why is he going tier 3? That didn't work. Maybe he feels he has to come in with some sort of a surprise, but just standard play looks really solid. We saw that on Autumn Leaves, a normal game. Fast Expo into Mass tier 2 with the Blood Mage. Led to victory. Very well done right there. Now, on Tidehunters, is the return to the norm? Or what are we gonna get? Honestly, this could be a good map for 15 Sway to bust out something weird. Something like a Panda first. Something like, I don't know, Tinker first or something strange. Although he is not really known for that too much, it is a possibility.
Yeah, I think it's a very good strategical approach to take Chaemiko out of his comfort zone. As you saw, he has a bit of problems to adapt. At least he doesn't feel comfortable, and if you don't feel comfortable in the quarterfinal, when you're with your back against the wall, then maybe that's the way to win this. Match points for 15 Sway. Could be 2 LP Club players in the semifinal, one of them 19 years old. Unbelievable. The opponent in the semifinal for the winner of this is Moon. Not gonna be easy, but hey, who's supposed to stop this guy? The last remaining human with his back against the wall. Chaemiko facing elimination, 15 Sway in his first WGL, 1 map away from top 4.
He can make history right here if he should get a win, but this is Chaemiko's map choice. This probably is going to be a little bit harder to play. This is not a really good Beastmaster map. You can't creep level 3 too easily, and there's no mercenaries, notably, on the entire map. So we're going to have a very standard opening. Normal altar, and the Ancient of War over at the orange. So AM versus Keeper is what we're expecting, and that is what Chaemiko seems to be best in.
Okay, let's go. Round 4. Should be an Archmage. Everything else would be incredibly surprising. There we go. What's it gonna be for 15 Sway? Warden, Keeper, Demon Hunter? Keeper it is. Standard. And the normal creep route as well, starting off at the Tidehunter himself. That gives the name to this map. Chaemiko, natural expansion first. Will you rush it? There is a possibility for 15 Sway to Keeper hunt AP push. If he wants to do that. If he wants to be aggressive and all-inny on Chaemiko's last remaining map. But of course, it
would be a bad choice, right? Being up a map already, he can afford to risk something here, and maybe Chaemiko could get caught off guard, because you can pretty much guarantee Chaemiko is going to go for the fast expo. Against Night Elf, he does it almost every time. Sock sometimes goes for the one base play. Chaemiko not really.
You know what I love is that the performance of 15 Sway in the group stage was no fluke. Like, the opening match against Lawlight, you could argue that, hey, Lawlight was bad in this tournament anyway. And then the 1-1 against 1-0, you could argue that, yeah, 1-0 wasn't playing his best. And against Foggy, he looked pretty much without chance because Foggy was so well prepared. But now, coming into this quarterfinal against a player who was outstanding in the group stage, and he has the match points, that's just underlining how well 15 Sway is playing here in the past week.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, he made a little mistake just a moment ago. He didn't detonate the Wisp, so the AM got the experience, and that gave him level 2. And now he's going to come in for the harass. Keeper also got level 2, trying to counter-harass the expansion that he knows is coming up across the map. And this is interesting. Now, both sides harassing against each other, trying to make the expansion as hard as possible.
And 15 Sway is playing what you suggested Lawliot should have done in the match against 15 Sway, right? He's building the expansion bottom right across the little water thingy there. So not directly on the spot. That makes it harder for Chaemiko to kill it off. And that was the key moment in the match of 15 Sway against Lawlight in the group stage.
Yeah, absolutely. I like that bit of security. Trying to make sure nothing silly like that is going to end his playoff dreams. Some peasants going down. 2 at the expansion here falling, but the rest will remain alive. Keeper has to fall back. A bit of an experience lead here again for 15 Sway after the first couple of minutes.
And these items are just a dream. +7 damage, a little bit of mana additionally as well. Archmage won't complain about the circlet. Fits. I mean, it's part of his avatar there, right? But okay, needs to save the archers. It's nighttime. There is dust on Chaemiko's side though, so 15 Sway has to check the inventory. Shadow Meld is useless.
Is he going to check around the corner for the proxy? Seems like he will. He's moving south, but the Keeper is in position, and so should be Wisps to save this expansion. Good deny, preventing experience of the Keeper as much as possible is a very good idea. And the Tree of Life now almost finished.
Yeah,
should be safe.
Yeah, I think so too. Archers are coming in. And that was a little bit of wasted time for Chaemiko, and that is all the difference. No damage point done to that tree. Yeah, of course, soaks up a little bit. Oh, nice block by Chaemiko with that Waltz Elemental. Extra chip damage on that Keeper of the Grove. But many of the archers are safe, and that's here. What an excellent block. Yep, that is exactly what Chaemiko is known for. But he lost to footies here.
Put some good damage on the Keeper. That is valuable. It's always a question of how much Moon Juice there is to restore health and mana. It seems like there's not much... Oh, never mind. Okay, just healed up. He's fine again. Yeah. No problem. One more archer falls. But the Keeper is again going to be a big threat against these footies. With the entangles. Tier 2 for Chaemiko has started. We're going to see the Lumber Mill coming up soon. And Tier 2 buildings will be starting after that. But there's still quite some time before we're going to have these priests and rifles.
Okay, even footing early game. Close to level 3 now with these Murlocs, easy to accomplish. And my stream is buffering like crazy, Remo. I'm not too sure how it is for you.
Yeah, my stream just stopped.
That is not so great.
We may have to go for the backup.
Okay. Let's see how we fix this in no time. Is the backup up?
Checking it right now. No. Trying a different player.
Okay. Well. Let's see what we can find on Doyu. Then we probably have no in-game sound, but at least game. All right. Coming in as soon as possible. Oh boy, this is so many effects.
Sorry about that, guys. Unfortunately, the clean feed here being a little buggy. We're gonna show you the game right away. We don't want to miss any of this either. You can believe us. Alright, but I guess for now it has to be Doyu.
Yep. On it. About to get this running. Doesn't really... Can't grab it for some reason. There we go.
Alright, the good news is it wasn't an internet outage. They are still playing. And the game continues.
Yeah.
In what is a pretty even affair for now. AM got his level 3. We have the Keeper Demon this time. And Archmage with a Naga second. Very old school.
Okay. I'm trying to get rid of that chat, but it's, as you can see, not so easy to maneuver around this. But okay. Tangle coming in. Naga second, as you said, a little bit more damage. Heal scroll already. Good damage on the Archmage. Level 3 there as well. Demon Hunter second got a big camp right here at the lab for the level 2. But the middle and the shop goes to Chaemiko.
And that's a really big deal here on this map. Only one shop, only very few heal scrolls to go around. Picking off a few footmen here and there is actually pretty good though. When it comes to this first 70 supply timing, these footies would be quite valuable, and Chaemiko is wasting absolutely no time going into upkeep this game. On Last Refuge, he was super rich, banking lots of gold. Not this time. Up at 53 supply, right away, creeping up a little bit more. But the Demon is definitely ahead of the Naga here. Pretty close to 3 already.
All right, we are alerted at the clean feed. They're working on it, so hopefully in a minute we should be back with in-game sound. Making this a little stressful for production, of course. And clean feed is apparently back as the Demon Hunter is falling, I guess. No, last second safety. Oh boy. Here we are once again, ladies and gentlemen. Whoa, that was a stressful situation. Sorry about the inconvenience. We are dependent on what the Chinese send us via clean feed. But okay, we have two base established. The Demon Hunter survived here. Big moment for 15 Sway. Town Portal is gone already, and Chaemiko, 65 supply, big supply lead, is pushing forward.
Is that going to be the tier 2 timing to finish the game once again, as we've seen so many times in this matchup before? One rifle is going to go down, though. The Demon Hunter still not level 3, still not looking that impressive. Diving in deep, taking lots of damage, going to have to staff out here.
Okay, Naga in trouble as well. After that, Entangle gets the level up. And with that, the safety bears are trying to reach. But of course, they're relatively slow. Archers are falling there as well. 16 supply difference. Still, the Fairy Dragon doing a decent job of being gunned down now. And this Naga, a little bit of a survival artist here. Was looking really, really rough. But she survives. The bear doesn't. Towers are coming up. Archmage healthy. Looks like we're going full distance, Remo.
Yeah, this game looking very good now. Very hard for 15 Sway to get out of this chokehold. A super fast push. Chaemiko wasting 0 time, not banking at all, into upkeep right away. More the teams putting the pressure on. Some of them even have Roar, which was stolen. And the Tree of Eternity, or Life, excuse me, is going down. The Expo falls, and that might be game. Keeper gets 4, but off of 1 base. That's going to be almost mission impossible for 15 Sway.
Yeah, Chaemiko just flexing, right? This was super powerful, super dedicated, hits that timing. We missed a couple of moments in this game, of course, so we don't know everything inside out. But this looks like a proper play. Just full throttle, 70 supply push, no shenanigans, no fancy pandas or air units, just the reliable push and then W.
I think he went for this attack even without a depth training, which I'm not sure if it's intentional, but if he's even cutting that corner, pretty cool. This was a absolutely deadly timing, striking like a surgeon right there. Scalpel in hand, he finds the exposed artery and punishes it. Pushing forward now into the Night Elf main. Could be a bit of an overextension, no need for this really, but the damage against the bears really isn't that bad. Going up onto the high ground, he can go for a Zeppelin here as well, which would be great for safety. And I guess there's still a TP on Chaemiko, he can get out easily here if he needs. This Demon Hunter going down, no staff for him. And it's going to be GG, tied up. We're going to have a full best of 5 series on our hands.
Ooh, how much I love playoff matches when they go to the last map. Chaemiko remaining calm, remaining confident. And is finally going for the right play. That was his last map though. He won his map picks. He lost the neutral map and 15 Sway's map. And the last map is again 15 Sway's map. Last map is CH1 map to glory for the semi-final of the NetEase Championships.
The pressure is on, the tension is high. Who's going to keep a cooler head? Who's going to be able to play their best on the last map? Concealed Hill used to be really tough for Human, but Chaemiko has gotten really good at safely fast expanding here. And maybe even better than that, Concealed is a very predictable map. There's not too much crazy things Nightlife can do. They can't play Warden. They can't play Beastmaster. They can't play, I don't know, Panda or whatever. It has to be a keeper. He is gonna come harass you with level 2. There's gonna be some archers there, and there's gonna be some Dryad Bear follow-up. So Chaemiko's gonna know what's coming. This is gonna be a standard game, pretty certain.
Yeah.
And that has looked pretty good for him. If he could predict what was coming and could just play a standard game against it.
Damn, there were some close moments in this game if you look at the highlights. Double tier 2 hero kill right there. And this great escape of the Demon Hunter. But then, oh my, this damage, super sick. And couldn't get the Naga. Just taking way too much damage this level up. Very, very good. But here, I guess, the game was already in the books. Push continues. And once this expo was down, 15 Sway's fate was sealed on Tidehunters. But where is it going for? C8. Oh man! These are WGL playoff moments. These are goosebump moments. Moon is waiting. Probably pretty relaxed. He didn't stress too much.
Yeah, he was done with the day fairly quickly, but grueling series for these two. Very taxing. Fortunately for them, only one series today. Not gonna have to play the semifinals until tomorrow. Tomorrow, however, it's gonna be 2 best of 5s for our finalists. Who that's gonna be, we're gonna find out later. Are we falling behind schedule? Not really, actually. We're still pretty much on schedule for our best of 5s in our last map. Really hype. Can he do it? Can 15 Sway do it? Can he crown his achievement here by beating Chaemiko?
It's a long series, of course. 1 hour, 30 minutes already. Maybe they need a little bit of a break. It's stressful. It's a crazy matchup as well that there's almost no breathing room, right, on a map. It's constantly a tug of war. There's no big build-up like in other matches when you have to go for tier 3 and there's a lot of creeping going on. No. It's basically from minute 2.5 on, contesting creeps, contesting gold mines.
Yeah.
Very stressful.
One player goes for the faster expansion, one player goes for the faster tech, leads to some really interesting dynamics, to some power spike swinging back and forth. And yeah, this has been one of the best matchups in Warcraft history, always Human versus Night Elf, and it still delivers to this day. Chaemiko's predictability, is that something that 15 Sway can perhaps try to punish somehow? He knows it's going to be fast expo, he knows it's going to be AM first, he knows it's going to be a tier 2 timing push. But it just looks so solid. It just looks like such a solid, reliable strategy that Chaemiko has used to bring himself to victory many times now.
Dubstep music means map is coming up. Concealed Hill to decide it all. It's been exactly 3 years since 15 Sway last didn't lose to Chaemiko. Since then, 6 wins in a row for the Korean Human. Will this continue? Will we make it 7? Can 15 Sway break his bad results against Human on this patch? He's 2-7 in the past 3 months against the Alliance. This match to decide it all. Make yourself famous, kid. Take it home. Or will we have a Human in the top 4? Chaemiko, first semi-final in WGL history, 1 map away as well. For both, it would be the first time, would be a debut into the top 4. And then against the GOAT, against Moon.
It's going to be a great match tomorrow as well. It should be a Night Elf versus Human in either case, as 15 Sway also plays Human there rather than the Night Elf Mirror. We're going to see a standard opening once again. AM first, going to be a standard creep route. We knew this much. And it should certainly be a keeper, shouldn't it? Yes, indeed.
Imagine Warden, man. Just on CH. Biggest map of his career. And he throws a 360-degree curveball. No. Reliant, keeper, always good in any situation. Falls off a little later, but for early game, for mid game, for early late game. An excellent choice, and everybody knows this. Will it be the Entangled Meat Grinder? Will Chaemiko save the Footman? Lots of tiny decisions. Who picks up the momentum better on the last map of this quarterfinal?
一位玩家的部队正遭到攻击。
The early game here is going to be really important. Depending on how well this expansion creep is going to go, Chaemiko is going to be either in a good or a bad position moving into the mid game. If he's in a good position, he can pressure the enemy counter expo. He can perhaps even cancel it. If he loses too much time, too many peasants, too much experience or footmen, then he's going to be pressured by 15 sway and might just be dying to a tier 3 timing like happened on map number 1. But Chaemiko normally is very good at expanding here, as mentioned before. Starting off with the Gloves of Haste, Keeper with the Claws, definitely a little bit better. And is not going for the fast level 2 creep route nowadays, which we see a lot. Going for the green camp first and that orange at the same time, but rather going for the middle now and getting pressured by the AM right away.
Okay, he only has treants, no entangle. The claws, of course, 15 sway, a little bit blessed. He starts off pretty much every map with this item, so that's not too shabby. But otherwise, no big reinforcements, can't rely on that damage over time disable. Maybe he just wants to prevent level 2 as long as possible to not give the Archmage any mana regen, but just Militia could creep the green, so I'm not too sure, not too sold on this.
Chaemiko gonna wait for more peasants to be made and then creep the natural with a lot of peasants indeed. Normally waiting for nighttime and also getting the dust and only then going for the expansion. If the Keeper isn't level 2 like he's not here, that's the big help. Oh, he's gonna try to steal the dust? No. Buys the circlet. Dust goes to the AM.
Okay. Archers will be exposed in nighttime. But he's really giving up a lot of experience here. What trades it, basically. We're 3 minutes in. Expo not approached yet. And 15 sway gets the level. Must be a little careful to not take too much damage, as he did quite a bit in this series already. But here's level 2. Still decent mana. And now Entangle. How much damage can he do? Archmage is empty. This Water Elemental is the only one he has. And 15 sway has 2 wisps here.
Ooh, it's going to be really painful.
Yep.
This is going to be an easy detonate. He's going to get the level up here. AM got the level up as well. The Footman just sent out to deal with the Knight of Army. It's only Militia creeping this camp.
Lots of poison on all these units. This is a wonderful pickup. Can the Wisp detonate against the Archmage? He's close to another Water Elemental. But 15 sway is a little bit late to the party, is he not?
I don't think he could have been that much faster, though. He was being pushed back by the footies. You just can't rast past the Footman with the Archers. They're going to take too much damage. And again, Chaemiko with a really clean Expo creep, as he always does here. There's an opening to summon treants into the main, but the AM is there to defend. Footies are over at the expansion to defend there. Watch Elemental going to deal with these treants. And that was pretty damn clean by Chaemiko.
I almost expected this to be a disaster. But yeah, Chaemiko microing this wonderfully, keeping the peasants safe as long as he can, watering the plants a little too much, so they die out. But 15 sway is on tier 2, a little bit late on the Hunt Hall, so Dryads will appear a little later, but that opens up the opportunity for a second hero, but he has to staff back and heal up, regen up, and then just push it again.
Only issue here for Chaemiko is he doesn't have level 3 AM yet, but he sends the footies over to the green. Gets easy experience there. That is going to be level 3. And then with the level 2 Watch Elemental, he can pressure this quite well. But the Keeper, he got some good XP. How did he get so much XP on the Keeper, by the way?
Water Elemental?
Detonating the Watch Elementals, I guess.
True. Archmage now with staff as well, if he needs to. Can go back, and this little green spot is level 3, so both pretty much at the same moment arriving at the so important level. Chaemiko deciding to go for Water Elementals, of course. Not Brilliant Zora to have the better summons. Very fast tier 2. And Panda it is again.
And a second. Alright. That once again would make Blood Mage second a very good choice. We'll see if Chaemiko goes for that one this time, or if it's going to be his own Panda once again. I think we both were not really big fans of this. Sending the footies into the main, getting some lore cancels here would be huge, but I think he's a bit too late for that.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a roadblock that is entangled, so bye. And the Archmage is not even home to defend. He prevents this lab creep.
Oh, that's nice.
Interesting.
That's gonna slow down the Panda a lot. It's gonna cost quite a few footmen though. That's like 3 or 4 footy kills at least.
It's only Drunken Haze. It's no Breath of Fire. But it's of course nice for slow.
Oh, he's got the dust. Can pick off some archers here. Keeper still chasing after the footies. Keeper's items, by the way, amazing.
Yep.
Perfect items.
So this is not too much experience, as a couple of footmen got denied, but it's a lot of footmen down. Wonder if he needs them in the defense.
Dryads are starting to come out. We have early abolish. Only one single Dryad though. And Chaemiko trying to do as much as he can with this Archmage here. Gonna poke at the Keeper a bit. He's out of mana right now, but Moondra's are still looking decent.
Panda needs to creep as fast as possible. With Drunken Haze, it's relatively easy. Archmage is not here to steal last hits. 15 Sway is playing this like he's been in this situation his entire life. Oh, Archmage now with the fireballs, but no, Dryads deal with this. Oh, are they? Oh, the heal from the priest prevents the last hit and gives the Panda level 2. A little unfortunate.
Chaemiko going in here, even with only 3 footies. He knows all these footmen are gonna die, but with defend, it's gonna take a little bit longer. And again, he wants to slow down this Panda as much as humanly possible. He got level 2 now, but continuing to creep down to level 3 is pretty hard because that Ancient of War went down. Once there's Master Bears, he can start to creep anything on the map, but we'll still have to wait a bit longer for that.
Master Bears around the corner. What, Chaemiko at 1,000 gold, of course. 15 Sway, not looking for a counter expansion. So he has to break this soon. This now, on map 5, turns into a little bit of an endurance game. Is someone lacking the concentration in the end after 1 hour, 40 minutes? Or will they just continue to keep it clean?
So far, no big blunders this game, I would say. 15 Sway is going to have his powerful 50 supply army soon. Question is, when's he going to counter expand? Because I think he has to. And is that going to be in time? Or is he just going to really try to push with that 50 supply and try to break Chaemiko? Honestly, with how many footmen went down, maybe that might be doable. Because looking at his supply, Chaemiko's still down very low, 39 only.
Well, both are at 39.
That's true, but probably 15 Sway's army a bit more supply efficient with the powerful tier 3 bears.
That might be correct. Dryad, of course, bring crowd control in, same as the Keeper of the Grove. Creeps help out a little bit, but with the orb now, that's another double kill. Oh, Chaemiko with wonderful, wonderful denies throughout the entire series, and especially here on CH. This time it's a Blood Mage, and this is supposed to be way, way, way better against the Panda. Siphon, especially on level 2, the ultimate anti-caster spell, will deny a lot of Breath of Fire.
They're attacking the expansion. Wonderful SimCity. Cool wall off here.
Again, yeah.
Not easy to attack the towers. It's only 2 arcane towers, by the way. No guard towers at all, so the DPS against the bears is very low as now they're out of mana.
Anti-magic shield, the biggest one in the world, so helping this Panda so the mana doesn't get drained. Keeper buys time. Next Breath of Fire. Can he break that shop? It's close. It's so close. Next Breath of Fire should be able to do it. The Panda's moving away from it as the anti-magic is wearing off, and Chaemiko holds this. Keeps the tech tree for breakers intact, and also can go for potions, can go for clarities. This was such an important move. But wait a minute. Can you do it again? There's Treants coming.
So there's a mana potion. You could pop that here in a moment. Chaemiko's army is still tiny. And the shop is broken, and the peasants are exposed.
Okay, this is only 2 arcane. They don't do too much damage. Here comes Siphon now, but the mana is already low. Potion on the panda could inflict some more damage. Breakers are coming in. Casters as well. Chaemiko is sending all the militia, feeling forced into this so he can hold that second base.
There's another heal scroll available on Chaemiko, but he's holding on to it for now. Using everything. Wand of Illusion on the Water Elementals. But it's a supply lead for 15 Sway. The Bears are ravaging the expansion.
The rejuve. There's not enough breakers to take care of the rejuve and the roar. This is insane damage. Did pop the potion panda. Little bit useless at this point. Invo potion on the Archmage. Maybe a little premature. The Bears in the economy. How did they end up on the other side of the towers? Really interesting positioning. Chaemiko is plummeting in supply. And 15 Sway is getting closer and closer to the semifinal.
As the Bears might be doing it here, Chaemiko, can he somehow hold? He needs to call militia from the main. He's going to TP out and then call to arms one more time to try to hold this expansion right here.
This expansion in shambles. Panda as well. Keeper, can he get close? There's Reju once again, and it looks like he isn't stealing it. No, he's not. Very good regeneration. Telly staff on the panda as well, and he will come back with full mana. Can he burn that blood mage to a crisp? All the units for Chaemiko being so low. It's just an invite for the panda. This is an invite. The door is wide open to the semis. Great counter by that heal scroll. Bears are taking some damage here. The echo is wrecked, and 15 Sway is constantly spitting 1 or 2 bears to deal with the peasants, to deny the extra mining. So it's 1 base versus 1 base efficiently.
Chaemiko on his last leg. He seems to be dropping out of this tournament here. More bears coming in. The double rejuve. So good right now. Breath of Fire flying in once more. Big damage. Chaemiko falls back, kiting backwards. How can he still win this game? One more Sorceress goes down.
God.
The Panda's level 4 now for 15 Sway.
Unbelievable. This is just unbelievable. How is he still causing these upsets? How is everybody underestimating him? A performance of a lifetime for now. This base is broken. Chaemiko is at 40, has 600 gold to spend. He absolutely needs heal scrolls as well if he wants to take another fight ever. What's his Hail Mary play? What can he do?
Looking rough. Is looking real rough. Only chance I really see is level 5 heroes. Blizzard, Flame Strike to deal with the bears, but he's down in experience right now. The Keeper's gonna get 5 first. The Panda's level 4, and the expansion is completely taken out. Chaemiko's creeping some camps in the meantime. He got the lab. He's going for the red camp, but his army's still a joke.
That is true. Needs to take risks now, of course. Needs to go for the red camp, exactly. For that level 4 Archmage, for that level 3 Blood Mage to try to counter this Panda. Who is the overwhelming force in this matchup so far? The Bears do it, whether it be Panda or the normal ones. Roar as well, he takes care of the production buildings. Close to level 5, Keeper of the Grove. Mana potion on the Panda as well, staff if he ever needs to be staffed out. The Moonwells are there for him.
And now Chaemiko going to be forced to defend again, but again it starts off with a loss. 1 rifle going down, Keeper level 5.
42
Seems like
supply.
Chaemiko is about to drop out of this tournament right now. 1,000 gold, but no way to spend. The production was eliminated before, and so many bears!
Oh.
7 bears marching forward.
Celebratory barbecue for the Panda here as well. There's absolutely no chance for Chaemiko to even remotely make this close. This is just a festivity for 15 Sway LP Club and Chinese Warcraft fans. We see a little bit of Flame Strike, but is it? No, it's not enough. GG! A 19-year-old talent in the round of 4. From nowhere to Championship Sunday. What a rise. What a story.
What a wonderful day for 15 Sway. He makes it all the way into the top 4, something absolutely nobody was expecting. This is his big breakout. He's never been able to achieve such a great result. And now, besting Chaemiko, making it through into the top 4. This is him in heaven right now.
Whoever did this.
Love to see this.
First Gold League, semi-final immediately. Who's talking about the Infies and the Flies and the THs? Now we got a new star. It's not the Ice Orc, it's not the Hugs of China. It's 15 Sway. Does this guy have nerves? He doesn't. He's just playing this best of 5 series for probably a lot of thousands of dollars. Like, it's his ladder game. This composure, the endurance in this best of 5 series. I think it's not even that normal for him to play a best of 5 series. Like, whenever do you do that in tier 2 tournaments or cups?
Yeah, true. Man, what a rise to prominence by 15 Sway.
He has never...
Coming out of nowhere.
He has never beaten Chaemiko before. The best result he got was a draw 3 years ago.
What a time to come online. What a time to peak here for WGL. Chaemiko came into this tournament with a lot of promise as well. He was looking super hot in the weeks leading up to it. In the group stage also strong, but here getting beaten by 15 Sway, the underdog. The big upset of the tournament, along with 15 Sway versus Lawliot. And Chaemiko, that first map, that's where he threw it away.
Yeah.
When he played the tier 3. He's probably gonna blame himself, but if he keeps this level of play up, if he keeps his performance up, he's still gonna be a big threat in the tournaments to come.
Yeah. When it comes to storylines and players rising, I think 15 Sway's story now is relatively similar to yours at WCA or Foggy in previous Gold Leagues. Like, what else comes close?
Yeah, this is really one of the big underdog stories of Warcraft history. Now, it could get even crazier if he beats Moon. I don't know what his chances there are gonna be. He should be playing Human tomorrow. Normally, that's the matchup he prefers there. Moon, of course, is gonna be the favorite there once again. But he eliminated 2 favorites already. Maybe he can make it 3.
Maybe it's time for Moon to learn from Foggy. This time, as Foggy was super successful against the style of 15 Sway. Shouldn't look at the Lawlight games too much, because, yeah, I mean, a little bit of an example of how to not do it. But yeah, this is a day time for 15 Sway to prepare. I really hope the Chinese stars are helping him, or his other teammates are helping him. 42, Chao KK, Infi TH Fly, maybe. Get a little bit of a gang online to push him into the grand final. Then it would clearly be one of these stories in Warcraft history in the year of 2021. The only WGL playoff participant born in the 2000s. The only WGL semi-final participants born in the 2000s.
Sky's the limit for this kid. I kept on thinking at some point he's gonna crumble. At some point the nerves are gonna get to him. He's not very experienced yet, but he just doesn't care. He performs when he has to. And he's just looking pretty solid. Pretty solid all the way through.
We get the interview with 15 Sway, and before we go into the translations and all, we thank a lot of supporters here. Fake Plastic Tea, Ich Trottel, My Orcaline, Thunder for the host, Hitman for the host, Nawizi Bachi, Faro, Noodle, Horny, Iwek, Krilla, Pumpel, all thank you very much for the subs, and also Unhit for the $10 donation that is coming in with the following words. Tip for free for Remo. You pretend you're filling multiple glasses for everyone at your table and then carry them over, even if there's max one person at the table and they don't want any orange juice. Alrighty! For the Chinese breakfast, hotel breakfast, I guess. 15 Sway in the interview. We got Wong here to translate. First of all, the obvious hello, hello! Greetings to the fans. Yes, hello, I'm 15 Sway. So, did you expect that you can beat Chaemiko and make it into the top 4?
4-6开，我是4，现在我觉得我们应该5-5开了吧。
还是很谦虚的哈。那其实我们看到今天第一局当中，这个地图是 NI， 然后你是首发这个
Oh no! I thought it would lose in the group stage, so this is quite a surprise to me.
当时是一个什么样的想法？而且效果都非常非常好。
因为我在打之前，我跟120的人族在 NI 练了几盘，我觉得。
Going into the match against Chaemiko in the quarters here, how did you predict your chance today?
让对手意想不到的打法。
所以是昨天晚上，甚至是凌晨的时间开始
Well,
加练的，是吗
I thought I have a 40% chance.
昨天晚上我是跟
Turns out it's a 50% chance.
然后今天120
So I saw myself as the underdog.
是的，虽然是非常非常替你开心啊，但是其实明天的决赛你将会面对到真正的大魔王 Moon。在赛前的话，想对自己说什么，或者说会去做哪些准备呢？
我争取能拿莫恩1小分吧。
先给自己立一个小目标，再次祝贺15岁。好的，那我们这一段采访已经结束了，和大家来拜拜吧。
You used the Warden on Northern Isles. What do you think about it and why did you choose it? Well, I practiced with 120 to play Human on Northern Isles. I think I needed a surprise tactic and it worked. So this idea was born yesterday? Waiting. No, not yesterday. Yesterday I practiced with Infi, and today I practiced with 120. So this idea was just born 2-day last-minute adjustment. And that was the key to the victory. Moon vs 15 Sway is semi-final number 1 for Championship Sunday. We need another semi-final though. Make it 2. We got Colorful and Focus in an LP Civil War. And then it's time for the only remaining Western representative in Foggy trying his luck against the War Chief of the Horde. That is Lin. 2 down, 2 more to come. WGL quarterfinals continue after a little break.